Hi, I'm Keiko Hsu from Wings for Women. Are you transitioning through a divorce right now, or are you rebuilding your life after a recent divorce? I'd like to tell you that there is such a thing as life after divorce. There really is. And that your life after divorce can be way better than any life you had before. I'd like to share my story with you in the hopes that I can provide some hope and inspiration to you. A couple of years ago, after being married for 25 years, my ex-husband suddenly announced to me that he wanted out of our marriage. I was totally caught by surprise. I had no clue that he was even unhappy. And I mean, we had been married for 25 years. We were both very focused on our careers. And I thought I was happily married, but apparently not. So when he suddenly announced that to me, I was shocked. I was stunned. And come to find out that he had fallen in love with a woman who was 20 years younger than me. This was somebody he had met on a business trip. And I had no clue what was going on. And so it was very shocking to me. He admitted that he might be going through a midlife crisis, that he was afraid of getting old, and he thought our relationship had really gotten stale, that we drifted apart. But I had no idea that he was quite that unhappy. So it was a huge eye-opener for me. And over the next couple of months, while I was really trying to make it work and finding out very quickly that it was not going to work at all, I went through a huge emotional roller coaster. I was very, very devastated. And on top of all this, it was especially devastating because my company was going through job layoffs at the time. And so here I was during the same year that my marriage was falling apart, I got a job layoff. So it was a double whammy. I felt like I was completely alone. I felt like I was floating through space, that I'd cut myself off from the mothership. And I guess I could have continued to be miserable. I could have clung on to the marriage just out of the sake of familiarity. But I did not want to be a victim, and it was a defining moment in my life. I decided to use divorce as a catalyst for starting the next chapter of my life. And you can do that too. And a couple of key questions that you might want to ask yourself, which is what I asked myself. And one of them was, what do you want to do for the next 50 years? Kind of puts things into perspective when you ask yourself that question, because I could look back and say that the last 50 years of my life was actually a pretty good life, and I was able to do a lot of things that I wanted to do. I had a life that I thought was a pretty good life. But then the next 50 years, you have a chance to create a life that could be even better. And that's the real hope that I gave myself, and hopefully can give you that hope too. Another couple of questions that I asked myself was that if I had no constraints whatsoever, financially, geographically, or physically, where would I live? What kind of work would I want to do? And what kind of people would I want to be around? And I actually spent the next 3 or 4 months really doing a lot of soul searching, read a lot of books on personal growth, took a lot of seminars and workshops, and did a lot of inner reflection, and made some key decisions that completely transformed my life, and got help from coaches and other people too, lots of friends. And now I can tell you that my life is now perfect. I decided to move to San Francisco from the East Coast a little over a year ago. I am now living in a beautiful home overlooking the San Francisco Bay. I've got a beautiful view of the water, the mountains, and the city lights. I have more friends than I've ever had in my life. I've got the best social life ever. I now have found my soulmate recently, and we are now engaged to be married. And I have my own business now, and I get to help other women who are going through a similar situation. And I can dedicate myself to coaching and mentoring other women who are recently going through a divorce and rebuilding their lives. I founded a company called Wings for Women, and our mission is to help women to live a joyful life after divorce and to attain new heights in their life, their career, and their relationships. And what women get from our coaching and mentoring is a really clear vision of what your new life could be and a step-by-step roadmap to get you there. You can find your wings and to discover who you really are and who you can be. You can discover the inner courage to finally do something about your life and to stop living life on autopilot and to be whole again, to be able to reclaim parts of yourself that you lost somewhere along the way, and to have a life that nourishes your heart and soul, that you can really feel exhilarated about life again. So if you'd like to learn more, I invite you to come to our website, wingsforwomen.net, and apply for a free, no obligation, 60-minute Life After Divorce strategy session by phone. And during that phone call, we can talk about your own situation, what are your hopes and dreams, and what we can do to help you, and whether we're a good fit to work together. So please go to wingsforwomen.net. You can also find great tips for how to build a life after divorce and apply for that free strategy session now. Love to talk to you and love to help. And in the meantime, have a great life, and I wish you well, and I wish you much success. Goodbye.